What's going on? I'm Joey Price, founder of Jumpstart HR, and today I want to demystify 5 questions that we usually get when people are wondering, should I buy an employee handbook creation service from Jumpstart HR? The first thing that people wonder is, why do I need an employee handbook in the first place? Well, it's simple. You're building an organization and people need to know the rules of the road. It's going to make managers' job easier in your organization if they have a source that they can point to when employees have questions about policies, procedures, time off, and how to manage difficult situations. And it's going to help your employees be able to service their own needs when those questions arise. You also want to have an employee handbook because it's going to help you as an employer understand the rules, rights, and responsibilities of being an employer wherever you have employees. So if you are in a company with remote workers in any state, you need to make sure that you know the rules of the road for working there. All right, number 2, do you give us a template? Absolutely not. We take pride in crafting your employee handbook in a manner that fits your team, your culture, your industry, your workplace, so on and so forth. So that means we start with some best practice policies, but ultimately, what we give to you is a handbook that no one else can say they have in their business. You want to make sure you do that because it's a video for another time, but employee handbooks aid you in creating the workplace culture that becomes your competitive advantage. So you don't want to miss out on having an expertly created handbook as opposed to going and copying something online that people never read. Third question that we get is, do you retain our culture? Yes, yes, and yes. At Jumpstart, we make sure that we know your values, your organization's goals, the things that are important to you, and they're woven all throughout our employee handbooks. We once had an organization that said, hey, can you create an 8-page employee handbook? And that was a little different, but the answer was yes. We were able to create a concise handbook that gave that organization everything they needed to know in 8 pages. Why? Because that company likes to get to the point. We can create a handbook that is perfectly tailored for your organization, whether it's 8 pages or 80. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle, though. The next question people have is, how much work do I have to put into it? So basically, if we work with you, do I have to do a lot of work as the person who's buying this handbook service? Absolutely not. We make it incredibly easy to start and work with our company. All that happens is you can point, click, and buy the employee handbook creation product on our website. This allows you to schedule a kickoff call with your team member that's working on your handbook. And from there, we'll provide updates and feedback every 2 weeks. That means you'll get a draft in 2 weeks and ideally the final draft after only 4 weeks. When's the last time you've taken on a major project like this and got it done in a month? I know, right? So we make it very easy for you to get started with us and work with us. And then the last question people have is, how fast can this handbook be done? Well, I've already said it. 4 weeks to your employee handbook. You could start with us and then go on vacation and come back to progress. You could start with us and embark on another project and then circle back with us. You can do it and walk with us each step of the way. No matter how you want to strategize with creating your employee handbook, it can be done in as little as 4 weeks. So, what are you waiting for? Click the link to purchase our employee handbook creation service. And I hope I've done a good job of demystifying the 5 questions people ask when ordering our employee handbook creation service.